but maybe you're not sure where to go, how to access that inner child, your self-sabotage, your limiting beliefs. What you may find a lot of is information on the symptoms, what it feels like. Of course, it's going to be different for everybody. It's different for you. Your limiting beliefs can be really painful because they keep coming up and keep you distracted or dealing with sabotage that you're conjuring up yourself to keep you in that stuck mental place, emotional place. And what a lot of these things have in common is they're trying to get your attention. The self-sabotage, limiting beliefs, even insomnia, um, are trying to get your attention. When you're ready to get to the hidden core of that, which is and can be that hidden inner child that never got healed, that never got acknowledgement or never got included, never just felt abandoned, neglected, abused, or just constantly put down. Maybe it was a narcissist for you that raised you, that or in around you that convinced you that you didn't have good ideas, that you wouldn't reach your full potential, or that you had no potential, or they just constantly crushed your dreams, crushed your ideas. All of that pain kind of wrapped up in your hidden inner child. And that can be trying to get your attention now through limiting beliefs about what's possible for you. And even though you're really excited about doing something new in your life, you find that you're not able to stick with it. Even though you really want to, something always sabotages you, and it's usually you. And that is a painful emotional place to be. You probably are already feeling this throughout your body, or maybe just in your heart, um, where you feel that there's something more like an iceberg. The symptoms are above the surface, but what's beneath the surface is what needs healing. So limiting beliefs are really a lot of imposter syndrome, beliefs that you're not good enough, or that if you have help with anything, that the achievement doesn't count, or that it has to be perfect in order to count, um, that you don't deserve praise for your accomplishments. And maybe you don't praise yourself because one of these things aren't met. It wasn't perfect, or you had help, or you um, didn't go the way you thought it was going to go, therefore it doesn't count, that achievement doesn't count. So all these imposter syndrome scenarios are all wrapped up in your limiting beliefs that you don't deserve something, accomplishment, you don't deserve praise, you don't deserve wealth or a business that's thriving or growing. And all of these limiting beliefs are kind of just always there circulating. But if you want to get to the core of it, a lot of people don't even know what is at the core of it. And that's what keeps them stuck, because they feel like they have to know, oh, it was this event that caused my limiting beliefs, or it was this trauma or that trauma, or maybe you're just not sure where it came from. And what that can mean is that you're still always striving for more, but you don't know where to access or how to access what is beneath the surface of these limiting beliefs, what's beneath the self-sabotage. So my link is in the bio, but if you want to work with me, obviously click on the link. I'm going to answer more questions. So the question is, how do you get rid of the limiting beliefs? there's a lot of suggestions. Just change your mindset, think positive thoughts, have inspirational things around you. And those are all great. But until you heal what needs to be healed, the limiting beliefs may always be there, asking for you to heal it. All right. So now I'm going to answer a couple more questions. Okay. Inner child healing. So your inner child wounds are all those things that you have been dragging with you since childhood that didn't get addressed, all those unmet emotional needs, um, neglect, abandonment, fear, anxiety, not just being ignored or having a narcissist around you that just didn't want you to have any feelings, didn't care what your feelings were, didn't care what you were struggling with. It was always about them and never about you. And that belief that someday it'll be your turn just never came around with the narcissist because, of course, that's what they don't. They don't do that. They don't want you to ever have a turn. It's always their turn. So those inner child wounds can be healed. And what's really great about what I do through hypnosis is we go to the deepest part of your mind to find what needs to be healed. And it's you and I working together, and I guide you there. All right, so let's some things that can help you, though, to do some of this work yourself are meditation, yoga, anything that brings you sort of focusing on yourself, focusing on your inner self. Um, Journaling. Usually these are like quiet activities, but it can also be like things like um, playing an instrument or something that sort of is kind of mindless that can kind of get you into that zone of you're doing something, but you're also able to kind of relax and just go inside yourself as well. So those types of activities can help. All right, next question. What is inner child work? So really, that's kind of what I just described, where we focus on the inner child that never got to express themselves, never got to be acknowledged or thanked or accepted, that always sort of felt outside of everybody else. Um, Abuse and neglect can come around in many different forms. Having someone, just a parent or parental figure, who really just never talked to you in any meaningful way, or just dumped all their emotional issues on you when you're trying to figure out what are your emotions, what are your feelings. So all that is sort of tied up in that inner child. And inner child work takes it's a process, and it's very transformative. And once you sort of expand your mind, it never goes back to the way it was. So all of us want it to be quick, and it can be very quick, that healing. But just know that even small changes can mean a huge improvement in your life. All right, so let me go back. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about something else too in this video. I wanted to talk about sciatica. And sciatica, you might think, what does that have to do with any of this? Well, the sciatic nerve, research has shown that it can be affected by stress, anxiety. Um, it can make that sciatic pain even worse. So I found that, or have heard that, not a lot of people are talking about sciatica because it's back pain essentially. And it can feel like it obviously different for every person, but it can feel like it should be treated with medication. That's what you may have been told if you have it. And maybe that did help. That's great. Or certain exercises could potentially help, or sleeping in a chair rather than laying down. All of these things, I'm not a medical doctor, but all of these things are some forms of treatment. Knowing though that it can be it can have you can have a sciatic flare up from having more stress and anxiety in your life can exacerbate an already painful condition. So getting control over anxiety, stress, worry, whether that came from the recent past or from childhood and it's unhealed, healing that can potentially help these physical pains as well. Um, Other things to consider are insomnia that can be caused from an overactive um, overthinking, overactive imagination, ruminating thoughts about what if, and all of these things can affect even your sleep patterns. So, what goes on in the mind and in your heart and in that inner child that's never gotten healed can affect your entire life. I hope this helps you. My link is in the bio if you want to know more. I have other videos on this channel as well. If you would like a guided meditation to help you get in touch with different issues, just make a comment, drop a comment. What is your particular issue that you need help with? And we can do I can do a guided meditation, and which can be very profound. So I hope that helps you. And if you want that, just drop a comment. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.